In today's video, I'm going to be spending 10 hours locked inside my Lego room, and I'm going to see exactly how much I can make. So without further ado, let's begin. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is sorting out a bunch of Lego pieces. I know it's not very interesting, so I'm not going to show too much of it. So we've got 9 hours and 13 minutes left, and I just wanted to mention that we have just surpassed 100 subscribers about 20 minutes ago, I think it was, and I'm really excited and thank you so much. That's the reason I am doing this challenge, is because I thought what a fitting way to do a 100 subscriber special than to spend 10 hours in my Lego room. But I just finished sorting out all of the Lego, as you can see, looking pretty good, all stacked up and ready to be put away. So without further ado, let's pop it away. Now to rip down these. Okay, so it's been about 2 hours and 15 minutes, and I haven't made a mock yet. This is not what I wanted to happen. I wanted to make heaps of mocks today, so I'm going to start off with an ice cream shop, because now I have pretty much infinite pieces because those mocks have been up for months. There's about 7 hours left now, and I've done this on the mock. I've just made the base, and I think it looks really, really cool. As you can see, it's got a nice black border, pretty sturdy, and got some road plates right there. I know it did take me an hour, but that's because I have had a little bit of a rest, just watching a little bit of YouTube, because 10 hours is quite a long time. Progress update, 6.5 hours left, and the Lego room, it's getting quite messy, but this is what's going on right now. So I made these cool little chair designs for the chairs that people can sit on. I've got down here, there's these tables that people sit on to eat their ice cream. I've made them circular so that I can pop these on there, which are some umbrellas. Looking very, very cool. Then over here, this is the sort of the layout of people. There's a big crowd of kids and all that. And then all these jumper plates, is each one of those is a minifigure, because I'm going to have a massive line of people coming straight out the shop. So now, without further ado, let's continue. So we're about halfway done, as you can see, and I've just finished this mock. As you can see, there's a road out the front, a huge crowd of people crowding around the ice cream shop, and there's a huge line of people going in. Then as you can see here on the front, there's a little art of a ice cream, which I'm very proud of. Then we also have just, a big crowd of children, and everyone's got their ice creams and are happy. And then when we head inside the actual shop, nice pattern on the floor, and a bunch of different flavors of ice cream. It's a pretty straightforward mock, but I think it captures what I was trying to go for pretty well. But we have a problem. As I said before, we're nearly halfway through this challenge, and I've made one pretty ordinary mock. I mean, it doesn't help that I spent the first 2 hours sorting out Lego, but nevertheless, I'm going to see if I can do a few rapid fire smaller mocks now. So let's jump into that. So, for my next mock, I wish to make a picnic. And I just remembered that inside the Mini Cooper, there is actually, look at that. It's an official Lego picnic blanket, which I'll be able to use in my mock. How cool's that? Let's jump into the building. Okie dokie, so I have made the base and it looks pretty cool. Now I'm gonna go ahead and detail it. Okay, so 4 hours left and I just finished my second mock, and I reckon it looks pretty cool. So here it is. As you can see, there's a really cool tree on the corner, and then we have a lovely picnic rug with a bunch of greenery around it. I really like how I've managed to push it in position so it doesn't move around too much, which looks really cool. I reckon it's a pretty cool mock. Without further ado, let's move on to the next one. So the next mock I'm going to be doing is a boat in some whitewater rapids. So let's get into that. I don't know how well it's going to look, but I want to give it a shot. 3.5 hours left, and I'm making pretty good progress on this mock. As you can see, I've added down the water. It's looking pretty cool, as you can see. I'm quite happy with it, but it's definitely going to take quite a bit of work to make it look really nice and natural and lush. But I'm pretty happy, considering I have already made 2 mocks. I'm working on my third. This is exactly what I planned today to go out like. A bunch of mocks. So there is 2.5 hours left, 1 quarter left, and I've just finished this mock right here. As you can see, it depicts a criminal making a getaway on a river with a bunch of of gemstones, and I reckon it looks pretty cool. I'm sort of running out of ideas, so I'm going to be building the Toy Story 3 scene where Woody is falling into the trash compactor or incinerator. Let's get into it. So now with just under 2 hours remaining, I made this absolute monstrosity. I tried to recreate the scene, but they're all sliding down, so I put some support beams in and poured a bunch of random pieces on there to make it look like they're sliding down, but in actuality, it does not look like that. It just looks like a big pile of poo. Anyway, you have some really good mocks, like those over there, and then you have some really bad ones. So anyway, the best thing you can do is just make another one. So I'm gonna make now a bird bath mock. So I'll show you guys that when I finished it. So now there's only an hour and a half left, and I just made this small little micro mock here. There's a bunch of birds at a bird bath, and someone's coming to water the bird bath to fill it up some more. Looking pretty cool. So I started here to work on a bit of like an archaeology sort of mock. As you can see, the dark tan outlines are where buildings would have been, and this is obviously the skeleton of a long dead human. I still have to detail it a bit, but it's coming along quite nicely. 43 minutes remaining, and I made another mock. So this one is a prospecting mock, and I think it looks pretty cool. There's a few minifigs doing some stuff. As you can see, they're actually on top of an old town, which looks very, very cool. I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to make another mock, but I might try to. Anyway, we'll see you in a moment. I just finished the final mock of today, but there are only 4 minutes left, so I won't have a chance to do another one. So I'm just going to wait out the time and show you when it's done. And here we have the last 10 seconds of the challenge. All in all, it was quite a fun challenge, and it's about to end in 3, 2, 1. That was 10 hours in my Lego room, and I was able to make a bunch of mocks. Now let's go check out what I made. So now I'm going to go through everything that I made in these 10 hours, and I made quite a few mocks. 7 to be precise. So the first one I made was this ice cream shop, and as you can see, there's a bunch of people at the front, a street out the front, a lovely facade with a bit of a pixel art of an ice cream, and the interior where there's a bunch of different flavors and some chefs cooking it up. Then this picnic one took a lot less time, but I think it looks very, very cool. As you can see, the picnic rug is actually jammed in there pretty well, and there's a really nice tree, and all in all, this one looks awesome as well. Then over here, we have got the river. As you can see, some whitewater rapids, a criminal escaping on a boat, and some really lush greenery. Then over here we have the Toy Story 3 mock. As you can see, the heroes are falling down a steep hill of trash into the fire. And as you can see, one of them has already fallen in. Then onto the next mock, there's a little bird bath mock. And as you can see, this person's coming in to water the bird bath, and there's a bunch of birds and ducks already in it. Then this is a prospecting mock, and as you can see, there's an old town that used to be here. As you can see, lined where the walls would have been by the darker tan. And there's a human skeleton and also a bunch of bones laying around that they're uncovering. Then here, the final mock that I was able to make was a queen walking down with a spear from her throne down a red carpet. All in all, I really enjoyed making all these mocks. It took 10 hours, and I think I did a pretty decent amount for the amount of time I had. I would love to do this again, because honestly, it was really fun. And I reckon if, because by the end I did get a bit demoralized and didn't do the best mocks because I was getting sort of tired. If I had Angie and tried my hardest throughout the whole thing and didn't have to sort Lego at the start, I would be able to do some pretty cool mocks. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.